Hello everybody, and welcome to our second profile breakdown video, where we're going to be continuing to talk about Kestrel Colonial Force, and now we're going to be focused on the Minescorp Jackals. So last time we talked about the BCA Magistrates, and now we're going to talk about their best friends, who they fireteam master, the Jackals. So let's start like we did last time. Let's talk about where you get them. So right now there's only one kit that comes with Jackals, like official Jackals sculpts. These are kind of fun guys to find proxies for, though. And so you can get them from Kestrel Expansion Pack Beta, the one that comes with the Combi Rifle BCA Magistrate. So this is the first sculpt. So this is the one that we consider kind of like the Panzerfaust submachine gun sculpt, which is my preferred profile. And then we also have this one. So this is going to be our light rocket launcher sculpt, but to be honest, most of the time I just call them both the submachine gun Panzerfaust when I play them in game. So now let's take a look at the profiles. Then, with that in mind, I'm also going to show the fire team that goes with the profiles. So let's actually look at that first. All right, so like I said, the Jackals and the Magistrates make up one of the most important fire teams in Kestrel, and it's these ones right here, the Minescorp fire teams. They can be a duo or a Harris, and everything minus the Beast Hunter and potentially wild cards, they count as pure. So your Jackals and your Magistrates are giving you your purity so that you can get your special die. So you have to have a Magistrate to make the fire team. And then you can include up to 2 Jackals. Since you're capped at a Harris, you can't go above that. And you do have the option of including the Beast Hunter FTO in this fire team. I haven't gotten around to trying that myself. Maybe that's something I'll consider in the future, but I really like being able to convert those Jackals to regular orders, which we'll get into. All right, so now let's take a look at the profiles. So these guys at surface level honestly don't look that good. So they are good whenever they're put in combination with the right stuff, namely being the BCA Magistrate, so that we can convert this irregular quality into regular orders, but that only applies to our FTO options. So I'm going to kind of talk about them like as if it's 2 units within one. We have the FTOs and then we have the infiltrators. So let's start with the basic stuff that everybody has first, and I promise you it does not look good. So we start with movement 4-4, so strictly average, CCC 14, not that good. Ballistic skill 11, also not very good. PH 10, willpower 12, no defense to begin with at all. Vitality 1, no special skills. Silhouette 2, AVA 4. Why are they good? So, if you look at the FTO options and their point total, this is why they are good. So they are super cheap. And these FTOs, when they are turned into a Minescorp fire team with a Magistrate, become regular orders. When they are a 6-point regular order, which is cheaper than a flash pulse bot, that is insane. You can have up to 2 of these in a fire team. So if you have the 19-point Lieutenant Magistrate with 2 of these guys, we're looking at 31 points for, hypothetically, 4 regular orders. If we're using the Strategos order, that's really good. And that really pushes you pretty far into having a maximum amount of orders in your group, where really you can cap out with 11 regular orders in a group when you have the Strategos order. So we do have 2 loadout options for these FTOs. I do want to mention they both have booty. So sometimes you just randomly get a good piece of equipment you can stick on them, and it makes their 6-point value even feel like more. So the basic profile you're looking at here, the first option is the submachine gun, Panzerfaust, boarding pistol, and CC weapon. This is, I believe most people's preferred option because of the Panzerfaust. That gives you a really solid ARO, and when you have Panzerfaust with a special die, they're just even better. Your other option is going to be the light rocket launcher, boarding pistol, CC weapon. The light rocket launcher kind of gives you, I suppose you'd maybe say, a slightly better active gun, but a lot of people still prefer this one right here, the first one. So these 2 are the guys you use in fire teams, but they function entirely differently from these infiltrators. So these are the ones we don't really have like official scopes for yet. I know a lot of people will proxy them and still use them as something else, but because they're that good. So we're actually going to skip down to the main one we'll talk about, which is the really scary one, which is the final profile, the 11-point half SWC cost one. This is the infiltrating mine layer. So his loadout is a boarding shotgun, EM grenade launcher, shock mine, boarding pistol, and CC weapon. So not only is he infiltrating, he is also laying a shock mine while infiltrating. So again, you're going up to the midline without anything fancy. That's really solid, and you're doing this for 11 points. What a lot of people will also talk about with these guys, though, they have an excellent up-close weapon in the boarding shotgun, but then they're a good order sync. So you can always have something productive you can do with them by spec firing this EM grenade launcher if that's the scenario you need to do by spec firing it. This is a good option here. So you always have something to do. You could stick one in both groups, have one in just your group that you don't have a lot to do with other than order filler, and this gives you a productive outlet that you can always have to spend your orders on. It's a cheap road bump that, in my opinion, you don't really mind if you lose it. It gives you a good way to deter the opponent, get them to waste orders, make them worry about a threat that in the grand scheme really doesn't matter, and all while allowing you to still run around and do your game plan. So again, these infiltrating ones, you don't have a way to make those orders regular outside of just the standard spend a command token to convert it to regular option, but they still have their own important use, which is to be a really good kind of midfield skirmisher type. So they do not have any access to being specialists in any way. So they're their order filler and their attack pieces, and that's kind of their role. So that's their role, and they're pretty good at it. So I know with this lackluster of a stat line, you won't really think it initially, but they're actually really important for Kestrel. So for me, they're an auto include. Some people would probably consider some number of the infiltrating mine layer and these guys to be auto takes. Some people might think differently. For me, I have not had a great time fitting them all, multiple of both in lists. Sometimes I'll do like 2 of one of the other, or vice versa, and I've had an easier time fitting that into lists. So take that with a grain of salt. Some people would probably say differently and know better than I do and be more successful than me with them, but I really think they are super important and in both variants. So if you have any other questions about the Jackals, let me know. Definitely think they are one of your most important pickups with Kestrel. Whenever you pick up that expansion pack beta box to get your Magistrate, you also get these, and that goes a long way toward building your Kestrel army. So let me know what you guys think. If you have any recommendations for next unit or next army to talk about, please let me know. Looking forward to hearing from you guys. All right, have a good one.